I'm Laura Senatore. I'm an Italian lawyer from ICTLegal Consulting, an international law firm specialized in data protection and new technologies laws. In KT4D, we collaborate. We are, let's say, the legal partner. Supporting, we are mainly involved in some work packages where there might be legal concerns. So our main goal in this project, our added value, I hope, as partners, is to give an insight from, let's say, a legal perspective on some topics which are very relevant from a regulatory perspective, such as AI and big data. So this is a very complicated personal data processing, which entails inevitable concerns for data protection on one side, meaning that on one side we have the need to protect data protection and privacy of users. On the other side, we have also the dichotomy with another need to also enable the sharing of data for social good, for research purposes, and so on and so forth. And I think that the challenge of this project, biggest challenge, is also finding a balancing in a very fragmented regulatory framework at the moment. What I can see is that sometimes laws are too slow to run after the needs of a digital society. So sometimes ethics also is needed to balance this, but what I can see is that the fragmented regulatory framework absolutely requires to quickly move among the different legislation applicable, such as GDPR, as well as the new forthcoming legislation such as the Data Governance Act, the Data Act, the AI Act, which aim to rebalance a little bit this dichotomy among data protection and data sharing. So we hope being able to support in the reasoning also on legal concerns about data protection project. That democracy is really the center of our discussion here, because being a lawyer specialized in data protection, actually there is a growth of awareness about AI and big data, and also profiling of users for what concerns, let's say, the prediction of behaviors of citizens as consumers, meaning when you follow their path, when they are moving online, when they are on the internet, you follow them in order to predict their consumer behavior. And consumers are getting more and more aware about this. What the society is not enough aware of is how delicate it can be that when it comes to constitutional rights, when it comes to democracy, when it comes to freedom of speech, freedom of opinion. I think that a couple of examples can help us understand how necessary all this is, because the awareness on these topics is not enough nowadays. So for example, let's just think about what impact an algorithm on social networks can have on the creation of ideas of a younger. So let's say, imagine that teenagers create their political conscience today reading news on the internet, maybe reading the news that the social network suggests them to read. They create their political ideas, they create their position in democracy, in politics, in society, building up everything on information that they gather or that information reach them when using the social network. So imagine the power that these algorithms have when suggesting things. Imagine the power of an algorithm suggesting news when elections are approaching. So I think that these examples can help us understand the huge impact of all that.